Have you ever woken up, stepped out of bed, and felt like your knees were made of rusted metal? That deep aching stiffness that just won't go away? The kind that makes every step feel heavier than it should? You pause for a second, wondering if it's just age catching up to you, or maybe you slept wrong again. But what if I told you it might be something else entirely? It might not be age. It might not be genetics. It might be your breakfast. Yes, the very thing you thought was healthy, comforting, maybe even a part of your routine for years, could actually be inflaming your joints and silently wrecking your mobility. Every bite you take could be setting off tiny fires inside your body, attacking your joints from the inside out. This isn't about guilt. It's not about blaming yourself. This is about the truth most people haven't been told. Because when you wake up in pain, when your fingers feel swollen, or when bending your knees becomes a task, you deserve answers. You deserve real solutions. And you deserve someone to speak plainly and compassionately about what's really going on. This isn't a scare tactic, it's a wake-up call, and today I'm going to tell you exactly what this common breakfast is, why it's dangerous, and what you can do right now to protect your joints, before it's too late. I'm not a stranger to this pain. I know what it feels like to wince every morning, to dread taking the stairs, to feel like your body is older than it should be. But I also know there's hope, because I care about your health. And if you're dealing with joint pain, stiffness, or swelling, you're not alone. I've been there too, and I'm here to help you turn things around, starting with your very first meal of the day. The hidden danger: 4 joint-killing mistakes. 1. The problem with sugary cereals. Let's talk about those brightly colored boxes lining your kitchen shelf. You know the ones, promising whole grain goodness, low fat, or fortified with vitamins. They might sound healthy, but the truth behind the label tells a different story. Many of these cereals, even the so-called healthy ones, are packed with refined sugars, artificial flavors, and ultra-processed ingredients. When you start your day with a bowl of sugary cereal, your blood sugar levels spike almost immediately. That spike triggers a cascade of inflammation throughout your body. Your immune system reacts by releasing cytokines, inflammatory chemicals that don't just affect your gut or your energy, but travel to your joints and tissues. Over time, these small daily flare-ups can wear down your cartilage, stress your tendons, and leave your knees, hips, and fingers feeling stiff, sore, and swollen.
Sugar doesn't just sit quietly in your system. It feeds chronic inflammation, the silent fuel behind joint pain, arthritis, and even autoimmune flare-ups. And the worst part? It often goes unnoticed. You might not connect that morning bowl of cereal to your aching joints later in the day, but your body knows. It feels the effects with every bite. Many cereals are also low in fiber and protein, 2 key components that help stabilize blood sugar and reduce inflammation. Instead, what you get is a fast burn of energy, followed by a crash, and a cycle of pain and fatigue that feels hard to escape. If you've been reaching for cereal every morning out of habit or convenience, it's okay, you're not alone. This is how many of us were raised, but now it's time to rethink that ritual. Because what you eat at the start of your day sets the tone for your joints, your energy, and your future mobility. That innocent-looking bowl could be what's holding you back from feeling your best. And once you know the truth, you can choose something better. Many people love starting their day with milk, yogurt, or cheese. For generations, we've been told that dairy is essential for strong bones, for energy, for growth. But here's the truth. For many adults, especially those with joint issues, dairy can be a hidden trigger of chronic inflammation. Dairy contains 2 key proteins, casein and whey. In sensitive individuals, these proteins can trigger an immune response, leading to inflammation that builds up over time. This inflammation doesn't just affect digestion, it can settle in your joints, causing pain, stiffness, and swelling. You might not notice it after 1 cup of milk or 1 bite of cheese, but the daily exposure adds up. That morning bowl of yogurt might seem harmless, but it could be setting off an internal chain reaction that leaves you sore and stiff by the afternoon. Even people who don't consider themselves lactose intolerant may still experience low-grade inflammation from dairy. Some researchers have found links between dairy consumption and increased markers of inflammation in people with autoimmune conditions like rheumatoid arthritis. And bloating, fatigue, and joint discomfort are often subtle clues your body is reacting to something it doesn't like. Another hidden danger in dairy is added hormones and antibiotics, especially in conventional milk. These substances can further disrupt your body's natural balance, potentially making inflammation worse. If you've been waking up with stiffness in your knees, hips, or fingers, and you eat dairy regularly, it's worth doing a short test. Eliminate all forms of dairy. Milk, cheese, yogurt, even butter, for just 1 week. See how your body responds. Many people report dramatic improvements in how they feel, especially in the morning. You don't have to give up creamy textures or rich flavors either. Try unsweetened almond, coconut, or oat milk as alternatives. Look for dairy-free yogurts made from coconut or cashew. These options are delicious, easy to find, and far more joint-friendly. It may seem like a small change, but removing dairy, even for a short time, could give you relief you haven't felt in years. Your body deserves a chance to heal. Why not start today? 3. White bread and toast. We've been told that toast is a classic, simple breakfast. It's easy, familiar, and comforting. For many of us, white bread with jam or butter has been a morning ritual since childhood. But here's the reality. White bread is not the wholesome choice it's often made out to be. White bread is made from refined flour, wheat that's been stripped of its fiber, vitamins, and minerals. What you're left with is a high glycemic, fast-digesting carbohydrate that turns into sugar in your bloodstream almost immediately after eating it. This quick spike in blood sugar sends your body into overdrive. Your pancreas pumps out insulin to bring sugar levels down, and at the same time, your immune system may respond with inflammation. For your joints, that means trouble. Repeated blood sugar spikes can lead to systemic inflammation that damages the delicate tissues inside your joints, the cartilage, the synovial lining, even the bone. Over time, this can contribute to chronic joint pain, stiffness, and reduced mobility. Now, let's take it a step further. What do most people put on their toast? Sweetened jam, margarine, processed butter spreads, all of which can be loaded with added sugars, trans fats, or artificial preservatives. These compounds don't nourish your body, they burden it. Trans fats in particular have been shown to worsen inflammation and interfere with your body's ability to repair joint tissues. Even if you're not experiencing severe pain, you might notice more subtle symptoms. Fingers that feel tight in the morning, knees that crack when you bend them, or ankles that swell by midday. These could be early signs that your breakfast is doing more harm than good. Switching from white bread to a healthier option can make a huge difference. Whole grain, sprouted grain, or naturally fermented sourdough breads digest more slowly and contain more nutrients that help reduce inflammation, not fuel it. If you're struggling with joint issues and eating white toast daily, consider trying a 1-week swap. Replace it with an anti-inflammatory option and pay attention to how your body responds. You may be surprised how such a simple change can lead to noticeable relief.
4. Breakfast meats, bacon and sausages. Yes, they taste great. Bacon and sausages are delicious, savory, and often considered the highlight of a hearty breakfast. But behind that mouth-watering flavor is a nutritional profile that spells trouble for your joints. These processed meats are high in saturated fats, which have been directly linked to increased levels of inflammation in the body. Saturated fats can stimulate the immune system in ways that promote chronic inflammation, and for people suffering from joint pain or arthritis, this means more swelling, stiffness, and discomfort. But it's not just the fat content. Bacon, sausages, and other cured breakfast meats are also loaded with preservatives, especially nitrates and nitrites. These chemical additives are used to enhance flavor and prolong shelf life, but they come at a cost. Studies have shown that nitrates can trigger oxidative stress and increase inflammation markers, which directly contribute to joint deterioration and autoimmune flare-ups. These meats are also often high in sodium, which can lead to water retention and swelling, especially in the hands, ankles, and knees. If you've ever noticed your fingers feel puffy or your joints feel tight after a salty breakfast, this could be why. Another hidden danger is how processed meats affect the gut. Your gut health plays a critical role in regulating inflammation throughout the body. When your gut lining is compromised, which can happen with regular consumption of processed foods, harmful bacteria can leak into your bloodstream and trigger immune responses. This condition, often referred to as leaky gut, is linked to many autoimmune disorders, including rheumatoid arthritis. When your immune system is on high alert, your joints often suffer the consequences. Pain, swelling, and reduced flexibility are just some of the ways your body may respond. If breakfast meats are a staple in your routine, try taking a break from them for a week or two. Opt for leaner, cleaner protein sources like eggs, if tolerated, wild-caught salmon, or plant-based alternatives like tofu or legumes. These options are easier on your gut, lower in inflammatory compounds, and can help restore balance to your mornings. You don't have to give up all the flavors you love. Just rethink where they come from. Your joints will thank you for it.
If you're starting to think, wait, I eat all of those. Don't worry, you're not alone. This is more common than you might think. The truth is, many of us were never taught to question what's on our breakfast plate. We grew up believing that cereal, toast, milk, and bacon were the staples of a normal morning meal. But now, you know more. And when you know better, you can choose better.
This isn't about guilt. It's about awareness. It's about noticing how food makes you feel and recognizing when something your body depends on for energy might actually be holding you back. If you've been struggling with joint pain, swelling, or stiffness, especially in the morning, it's time to consider how your breakfast might be playing a role. Small changes can create big results, and you don't have to overhaul your entire lifestyle overnight. We're going to take it one step at a time. So, take a deep breath. This isn't about restriction, it's about healing. You have options, and in just a moment, I'll walk you through 4 delicious, simple swaps that can help your joints feel better starting tomorrow morning.
For joint-loving breakfast swaps, anti-inflammatory oats with berries. Swap your sugary cereal for a warm, comforting bowl of rolled oats. Not the instant kind filled with hidden sugars. I mean real, whole, rolled oats that you cook yourself. Top it with fresh or frozen blueberries, a tablespoon of chia seeds, and a light sprinkle of ground cinnamon. Why this combination? Let's break it down. Oats are a powerhouse of soluble fiber and complex carbohydrates. They digest slowly, which means they don't spike your blood sugar the way sugary cereals do. That stable blood sugar is crucial for keeping inflammation in check, especially first thing in the morning when your body is sensitive to what you feed it. Blueberries are one of the most antioxidant-rich fruits on the planet. Their deep purple color comes from anthocyanins, compounds known to fight inflammation and oxidative stress, 2 of the biggest enemies of healthy joints. Studies have shown that eating berries regularly can help reduce joint pain and even slow the progression of arthritis. Now add chia seeds. These tiny seeds are rich in omega-3 fatty acids, which are essential for joint lubrication and reducing stiffness. Omega-3s also support heart health, brain function, and immune balance. But what's most important here is their anti-inflammatory power. A single tablespoon goes a long way. Finally, cinnamon. This common spice doesn't just add flavor. It helps balance blood sugar and has been shown to have its own anti-inflammatory benefits. It's the perfect finishing touch for a joint-loving breakfast. This meal is warm, filling, and deeply satisfying without the blood sugar roller coaster or inflammatory ingredients found in typical breakfast foods. You'll stay full longer, have more stable energy throughout your morning, and over time, you may notice less swelling, less pain, and more mobility in your joints. It's a simple change, but one that can have a powerful impact. Give it a try for a few days and see how your body responds. Your joints might just thank you with every step.
2. Dairy-free smoothie with greens and turmeric. One of the easiest and most refreshing ways to start your day joint-friendly is with a smoothie, and this one is packed with healing power. Use almond milk or coconut milk as your base. Both are dairy-free, easy to digest, and less inflammatory than traditional milk. Then add a generous handful of fresh spinach, half a frozen banana for natural sweetness, a handful of walnuts, and a pinch of turmeric. Spinach is a leafy green loaded with vitamins A, C, and K, as well as magnesium and plant compounds that help fight inflammation. It's also rich in antioxidants that protect joint tissues from damage. The banana not only makes your smoothie creamy and sweet without added sugars, but it also contains potassium, which helps regulate fluid balance in the body and reduces the kind of puffiness that can irritate your joints. Walnuts are an excellent source of omega-3 fatty acids, which reduce joint inflammation and may even help slow the progression of arthritis. They also provide healthy fats that support brain function and heart health, keeping your body balanced and resilient. Then comes turmeric, one of the most powerful natural anti-inflammatories available. The active compound in turmeric, curcumin, has been shown in multiple studies to significantly reduce joint pain and stiffness, especially in people with osteoarthritis and rheumatoid arthritis. When combined with a small pinch of black pepper, turmeric becomes even more bioavailable, allowing your body to absorb and use it more effectively.
This smoothie doesn't just support joint health. It also boosts your energy, digestion, and immune system. It's quick to prepare, easy to take on the go, and makes you feel good from the inside out. If you're looking for a gentle, nutritious start to your morning that helps reduce joint pain and inflammation, this smoothie is a fantastic place to begin. It's creamy, vibrant, and totally customizable. Try it for a few mornings in a row and take note of how your body feels, especially your joints. You might be surprised at how quickly something so simple can make such a big difference. 3. Avocado toast on whole grain or sourdough bread. Avocados aren't just trendy, they're genuinely good for you, especially when it comes to supporting joint health. These creamy green fruits are rich in monounsaturated fats, which are the kind of fats your body loves. They help reduce inflammation, protect your cells from damage, and support the natural lubrication of your joints. Plus, avocados are high in fiber, which promotes gut health and helps reduce the kind of low-grade inflammation that contributes to chronic pain. When you pair avocado with a slice of whole grain or naturally fermented sourdough bread, you're creating a powerful foundation for your day. Whole grains digest slowly, keeping your blood sugar stable. That's important because sudden spikes in blood sugar can lead to inflammatory responses, something you definitely want to avoid if you're dealing with joint issues. Sourdough, in particular, is easier to digest thanks to its fermentation process, which also enhances the availability of nutrients. You can top your avocado toast with all kinds of anti-inflammatory additions. Try fresh tomato slices. They're full of lycopene, a plant compound known to reduce inflammation. Or add a poached or boiled egg if you tolerate eggs well. Eggs provide protein and nutrients like vitamin D and choline, which are important for joint and bone health. Want a little kick? Sprinkle on red pepper flakes or a dash of turmeric. Looking for something cooling? Add thin cucumber slices or microgreens for added vitamins and antioxidants. This meal is more than just a social media favorite. It's a complete, balanced breakfast that fuels your body with clean energy, keeps inflammation down, and leaves you feeling satisfied without heaviness or pain. It's easy to make, customizable to your preferences, and doesn't require any special cooking skills or ingredients. Avocado toast may seem simple, but don't underestimate its healing potential. Making it a part of your weekly breakfast rotation can support healthier joints and give your body the nutrients it truly needs to feel strong, mobile, and pain-free. Try it this week. Your body may thank you with every bite and every step.
4. Green tea instead of orange juice or sugary coffee drinks. Fruit juices may seem healthy, especially with all the advertising around vitamin C and natural sugars, but a single glass of orange juice can contain over 20 grams of sugar, nearly as much as a soda. When consumed first thing in the morning, that sugar spike triggers inflammation and puts stress on your joints, especially if your body is already dealing with arthritis or other inflammatory conditions. And what about those sweetened lattes, flavored creamers, and specialty coffee drinks? They're loaded with syrups, dairy fats, artificial flavors, and sugars. These combinations don't just lead to blood sugar crashes, they also add to systemic inflammation, which can increase stiffness and pain in your knees, fingers, and back. Now, enter green tea, a simple yet powerful alternative. Green tea is loaded with polyphenols, especially epigallocatechin gallate, which is one of the most studied antioxidants for reducing inflammation. Research has shown that EGCG can block the molecules that trigger joint damage and even help preserve cartilage. Drinking green tea regularly supports your body's natural detoxification systems, lowers oxidative stress, and may even help reduce the progression of chronic joint conditions. It's also gentler on your stomach than coffee and doesn't come with the same energy crashes. To get the full benefits, aim for 1 to 2 cups of freshly brewed green tea in the morning. Avoid adding sugar. If you need sweetness, try a touch of raw honey or a splash of lemon. Both have their own health benefits. You can even add a few slices of fresh ginger for an extra anti-inflammatory kick. Sipping green tea slowly helps hydrate your body, calm your nervous system, and start your day with intention. It's a small ritual that creates a big ripple effect, not just for your joints, but for your entire well-being. So, tomorrow morning, skip the juice and the sugar-laden coffee drinks. Brew a cup of green tea, sit in a quiet spot, and give your joints the gentle start they deserve.
Think about how your joints have felt lately. Are your mornings stiff? Do your knees ache when you take the stairs? Do you feel like your hands just don't move the way they used to? Maybe you've chalked it up to age or stress or just another rough week. But what if it's something deeper? Something you can change? Please don't ignore these signs. That morning stiffness, those aches and sharp twinges, they're not random. Your body is trying to tell you something. It's asking for help. And sometimes the very first place to look is on your plate. Try just one of the breakfast swaps we talked about for a few days. Even a single change can open the door to relief. And when you start to feel a difference, a little more flexibility, a little less pain, come back and share it. Leave a comment. Your journey might be the sign someone else needs to take that first step too. And if you've already discovered a joint-friendly breakfast that works for you, share that as well. Let's fill this space with ideas, encouragement, and healing, because no one should feel like they're going through this alone. Your experience matters, your voice matters.
Together, we can build a community where people support each other and feeling better, one small choice at a time. To recap, start by taking a closer look at what's really on your breakfast plate. Skip the sugary cereals, inflammatory dairy products, white bread, and highly processed breakfast meats. These foods may seem harmless or even traditional, but they can quietly contribute to inflammation that builds up in your joints day after day. Instead, nourish your body with choices that help you heal, not hurt. Choose a warming bowl of oats with antioxidant-rich berries, blend a smoothie with leafy greens, turmeric, and healthy fats, enjoy creamy avocado toast on whole grain or sourdough bread, and trade in sugary coffee drinks and juice for a soothing cup of green tea. These aren't just swaps, they're steps toward feeling stronger, more mobile, and more alive in your own body. Each choice you make at breakfast is a message to your joints. I've got your back. You don't have to live with chronic joint pain. You don't have to accept morning stiffness as the new normal. You can take back control one breakfast at a time. If this message spoke to you, take a moment to subscribe. I share more simple, science-backed tips to help you feel better, move easier, and take back control of your health, one small step at a time. And please, share this video with someone you care about, a friend, a parent, a partner, maybe even a coworker who quietly massages their knees when no one's looking. You never know who's silently suffering and searching for answers. Together, we can create a ripple effect of healing. When we start with awareness and back it up with action, we can make real change, not just for ourselves, but for our loved ones too. So start tomorrow with a breakfast that loves your joints. One meal, one chew.
So start tomorrow with a breakfast that loves your joints. One meal, one choice, one better morning. I believe in you, and I'm cheering you on every step of the way.